Hello and welcome. This is Career Coach Mo. And if you aren't familiar with my work, I'm America's kick ass career coach and the creator of the Kick Ass Career Workshop, where we help professional women get promotions, salary increases, and land new jobs no matter what the economy is doing, and all without working harder, playing office politics, or being inauthentic. If you're a professional woman with big career dreams who's looking for the right guidance, keep listening, stay put. You're in the right place. Every single week, we help bring women into their next level of selfness. And today I'm talking about a little bit of bashing of why other career coaching programs don't work and what to look for in a career program. One thing that is obviously true, if you are going to be going to the next level of your career, if you're going to be going to the next level, or if that's what you're trying to do and you haven't been able to do it, if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling in a rut, if you've been passed over for promotions, if you're not sure why your career isn't advancing, I've got some tips for you here today. And I have some ideas of what you ought to be looking for and looking toward in getting your help. Because if you want to gain a higher level of career, you're going to have to be a higher version of you. One of the things that is just not helpful at all when you're trying to advance your career is information overload. Now, we've got a lot of information in our workshop, but it's a proven formula. It's not just a bunch of information. Read this article, read this, do this. Information overload is going to continue to put you into a nervous, anxiety, overwhelm situation. Not good for career advancement. For career advancement, you want just the opposite. You want to be in your self, in your soul, in your stability so that you can advance yourself. The next thing is, you do not want to be in a situation where the career program is not designed, there's no structure. You want to be in a situation where you're getting advice and help along a structured pathway that's been proven. A structured pathway that's been proven and that is current. Okay. Every single week, every month, we're advancing our clients on our proven formula that I've been using for almost 7 years now, helping thousands of women advance their careers, following the same pathway. Here's the advantage to what we've got going on. If I'm coaching someone or my team is coaching someone on a particular topic over and over again, we're starting to see that we add that into our content. You see, one of the things that we do all the time, and let me know if you're one of my clients, say hello. I'd love to know that you're here. Comment below. If you're new to my work or you haven't seen me before, hello and welcome. I'm talking about why most career programs don't work. Number one, information overload. Number two, not following a specific, proven, time tested formula. Number three, I hate to say it, but I've seen it because women have come into our work having been in other coaching programs, and sometimes other coaching programs are judging, maybe even blaming, and not really healing. So if you are in a career that's not advancing, chances are you feel bad inside. Chances are that you feel less than. Or perhaps if you've seen some of my other work on the perfectionism, the queen of people pleasing, the queen of overwork, if you've been doing that to advance your career and it hasn't worked, you feel crappy inside. You feel defeated. And if a career program is not focusing on healing the inner you, they can't possibly lift you to a whole new level. I know this in a very intimate way because it's the exact reason why I started doing coaching, specifically career coaching for women. And if you are, hey, Libby, nice to see you. Hello, Coach Mo. I'm in week 5 and feeling awesome. Yes, because you're showing up for yourself and you're showing up strong and good. So if you're in another coaching program and they're not focused on your inner being, I call it your soul, you're not going to advance. You're not going to move forward because you've got to do the healing of what's holding you back. You see, the reason why you're not being advanced in the workplace is because you don't see yourself in a brighter, bigger way. You might want to, you might desire it, but you're not really in the inner dialogue, in the inner sense of self, of being at a bigger place, of being at a bigger role, of knowing your true worth. And that takes some work. So, a career program that doesn't work has information overload, doesn't have a proven formula, and it's not focused on doing the inner work. You can't just have strategies because if you're defeated and depleted and don't really know who you are inside, you can't have a great resume because you're going to look at a resume and go, that's not really me. And then you're going to submit that resume to jobs that are what, the same as what you're at? No, 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 no. You're advancing your career if you're working with a career coach or in a career program that is meant to have an impact. It's about going up. It's about going places you haven't gone before. And when you're going to places where you haven't gone before, you got to bring not one, you got to bring the biggest part of you with you. How do you deal with a negative best friend who's also a colleague? How do you disconnect? Oh, Melissa. We could do a whole series on that. That's not the topic for today, but I'm going to tell you this. If that's part of your problem holding your career back, why don't you go ahead and book a complimentary career clarity call with my team at mofall.com whoops, slash live clarity. Awesome. That's where we can really help determine what's really going on. You know, when you build your soul back up, and you have a proven formula and you're allowed to heal and you're allowed to be the most awesome version of you, and then you see yourself on paper on your resume, you see yourself that way in the upgrade to your LinkedIn profile that will help you with, you're able to interview in a different way. And you know what, Melissa, I'm going to do a shout out to you and say this. When you grow from within, you automatically have the answers to some of those questions about dealing with negative people. Also, our negativity in our lives is actually pushing us forward. So, Melissa, the fact that you asked that question is pushing you forward. The fact that you want to solve that problem is pushing you forward. Take the urge to be pushed forward and follow it through. Here's the thing about the way that our journey is as human beings. We are always being pushed to the next level of greatness. But when we say no to ourselves, when we say no to growth, we are saying no to our own divine sense of self, our soul. You have to, as one of the other commenters said, you must show up for yourself. You must show up for you in order to change your life in any manner. And thank you so much. Trust the process that Coach Mo has created for you. Absolutely. So today, I really wanted to talk about, there's a lot of information out there. There's a lot of stuff on social media. I'm one of them. Okay. I'm out there with a specific message that's different than any other career coaching program. Why? Because when I had breast cancer and I had to sit on the sidelines and have a double mastectomy and be out of work for over 4 weeks, I know it should have been more like 6 to 8. That time period that pushed me backwards opened me up in more ways than one. And it showed me that the reason I was going through that journey was because I was angry. I was upset at where my career was, even though it looked like it was a really good progressing career, and it was. But there was so much angst in it. There was so much anger in it. Always being sort of second class to what I really wanted as a female, as a nurse in healthcare, If you're a nurse in healthcare, you understand what I'm talking about. You're always second-class citizen compared to the physicians. Now, here's the thing. When society tells us something, we have two choices: to accept it or reject it. And it's much easier to accept an overarching societal, cultural norm. It's so much easier to accept it because you get all of the feedback coming into you, and fighting against it is really tough unless you have help, unless you have someone who helps you lean into your soul. Again, the career programs that don't work only focus on information, do not have a proven formula. They basically just willy-nilly let me help you with your career. And number 3, they don't allow the necessary healing so that you can be a more powerful version of you. That's where what I do, what I created in the Kick-Ass Career program is so different. I want you to feel kick-ass inside and out. You can't just be on the outside awesome and feel depleted and diminished on the inside. It doesn't work. That's called incongruent. That's called out of alignment. And if you're out of alignment with your truth, if you're out of alignment with your soul's power, you're not going to get anywhere. And if the negative feedback coming to you is tearing you down, you need healing. I want to spend a minute or two here talking about your soul, because this is the magic formula for what we do. There are other resume writers, there are other LinkedIn experts. You can put all of those pieces in place. But if you don't feel awesome at the soul level, if you don't feel worthy of even looking at your experience on the resume. So many of our clients, when we start talking about their resume and we start helping them brag and boast about who they are. Oh, I don't know if I could say that. I don't know. But did you do that? Well, yes. Well, then let's write it out in a proper way for your resume. There has to be healing inside at a deep level if you're not feeling worthy of even the things that you've done. So many women who come into our program, they say yes to themselves because they know they are drowning in self-doubt. They are drowning in not feeling enough, not feeling adequate. They are drowning in all of the negative experiences they've had. Sometimes it's a personal experience. Sometimes fresh off a divorce or perhaps a death of a parent or a loved one has really rocked the inner core. And the job may not be going well, but frankly, it's the soul that needs the real boost. And then we can work on the career. And then we can expand what the resume looks like. And then we can help you interview powerfully. And then we can help you negotiate a salary that is worthy of you. In my 5 Shifts webinar, and if you haven't seen my 5 Shifts webinar, please check that out as well. And you'll get a deeper understanding of what I'm talking about here with all of the massive shifts that our clients undertake in working together. mofall.com/FB live, and you'll have an access pass to my 5 Shifts to Bring Your Soul to Work webinar. Sometimes I call this a master class because I really want to help teach you the 5 shifts that you must make in order to really expand your soul and to bring that into your career success. Women who we work with haven't been able to speak up for themselves, haven't been able to really engage their boss in a credible, productive manner, haven't been able to really advance themselves in interviews, haven't been able to speak about their value in a way that someone else can understand. Sometimes it's a block in the throat. Sometimes it's a block in the heart. But it all points to one thing, and that is your soul thriving. So other career programs don't have the same impact we do because they're not focused on your soul and your inner healing. You know what the very first thing we do is we get into your soul print, your mission statement, and what you're all about. That is the gold inside of you. And with that gold, You can now express yourself much more vividly, much more candidly, much more authentically, and in your power. Your soul is where your power is. Your power isn't in your intellect. I know you know a lot about what you do for a living, but that's not where your power is. Your power is not an ego boost, an ego push. It's not power. That's falsehood. Your truth and your power are in your soul's vibrational, thriving energy. When you're thriving at the soul level, you feel good. We had a woman who just commented earlier. She's in the 5 weeks in our 12-week workshop, and she's feeling awesome. She didn't feel awesome 5 weeks ago. That's why she booked a call with us. mofall.com/live clarity. Get you a complimentary career clarity call. And if you're ready to get coached, if you're ready to truly take your career where you deserve to take it, book that call. We may work with you, we may not. Doesn't matter. We want you to get the clarity. And if we know we can help you, if we know we can help you lift your soul, help you with our proven strategy, and help hold you accountable. That's the fourth thing I wanted to talk about today. Help hold you accountable for yourself, for your future, for your family, for your finances. When we work with our clients in our 12-week process, we help them feel awesome on the inside first, then strong strategies follow this method, craft a resume and a LinkedIn that matches your awesomeness, and then help you interview powerfully. All the while, you're bringing your soul's vibration back to life in a way that you've never felt before. Most of our ladies tell us they have never felt this awesome ever in their lives. Ever. So, M. Pilar Baker, you talked to one of the coaches, one of my coaches. Did you book a complimentary career clarity call? I'd be curious to know what happened there. You know, sometimes it's the biggest investment you can make in yourself. Sometimes maybe it's not a situation where you're feeling ultimately very coachable and leaning into what our process is. Sometimes some of the gals we talk to on the complimentary career clarity calls want to do it their way, which I don't really understand because their way's not working. Their way's getting them what they got. So we take willing, ready, coachable, professional women on a journey to up level and upgrade your soul and then your career. That's why I say bring your soul to work to land your dream job. Some of our gals bring their soul to work and realize that they're actually in an awesome situation. They start showing up differently. They start being treated differently because they've shown up differently. They start being in their power. And as the commenter earlier talked about, at that point, you know exactly what to do with negative people and negative situations because your soul is guiding you, not your intellect, not your ego. You know, it's so easy for us to be hurt by negative situations. And when we are feeling hurt, we're operating from our ego. So those moves aren't always the best moves to be making. Matter of fact, they're going to get you into worse shape because when you operate from your intellect or your ego, you're either overthinking it or you're trying to overpower your fear. That's what those two components do. When you are operating from your soul's power, it's truth, it's integrity, it's alignment, it's congruent. That's what true power looks like and feels like. And when you're in your true power, negative forces begin to fall away. Some of them go kicking and screaming, but they fall away. When you are the pillar of your most magnificent, beautiful energy, negative forces begin to fall away. But you have to do the inner work. You have to be ready, willing, and able to take 100% responsibility for your soul's journey. That's what we're all here for. We're all here on this planet to take responsibility for our journey. Not your kids, not your partners, not your friends, not your family. Their journey is up to them. Your journey It's up to you. And so many women we work with who are working moms, have big families, they haven't thought about their own needs or their own self in a long time. It's about time to think about yourself. Guess what? When your soul comes back to life with the work we do in our workshop, you're going to be a better mom. You're going to feel freer and happier and have more time. You're going to advance yourself in all areas of your life. If you're in a great relationship, it'll get better. If you're in a bad relationship, it'll begin to fall off, just like you've been desiring for years, haven't you? Same thing happens with a job. Some of our gals are actually in pretty darn good jobs and a pretty darn good company and a pretty darn situation, but because they don't feel awesome inside, they're getting the negative rift. So once we heal the soul, now we have a great way to do a strategy. Now we have a great way for you to help position yourself. Without that, there's no career strategy. Without your soul, without your power, without your awesome individuality of what you bring to the table and what your talents are, there's no better career. So, most career programs don't work because they don't bring your soul back to life. They put you in an information overwhelm. They may not have a proven formula that works. I've had a proven formula that works for over 7 years. Matter of fact, it worked for 30 years because it's what I used for my career that I advanced significantly every 3 to 5 years. You can check me out on LinkedIn and see what I'm saying. Maureen Fall on LinkedIn. It's the long name for Mo. So Coach Mo Live is Maureen Fall. That was my given name. And my friends and family always called me Mo. And so when I went into career coaching, I decided to be Mo, to be my truest, most authentic, free self. And Maureen was my given name in work and school. And some people still call me Maureen. That's fine. Um, but you'll see me on LinkedIn if you'd like to check out my career. If you'd like to check out my masterclass, which I say check it out because you're going to learn the 5 shifts to bringing your soul back to life and bringing yourself into awesomeness. These are the 5 shifts I work with my clients on. mofall.com/FB Live will get you a free pass into my 5 shifts to bring your soul to work webinar masterclass. And if you are ready to rock it with one of my coaches, let's book that complimentary career clarity call. Make time for yourself. Carve out that time as you would a doctor's appointment. Make it very, very obvious that that's time for you. And that's mofall.com/live clarity. If you don't take the first step to book that complimentary career clarity call, you'll never know what's really going on in your career. And you may get into the rut of blaming others for your career not advancing. It's not about blaming others. It's about fixing you, growing your soul, and following a very specific proven formula to get your career on track at the right level for who you are and what you bring to the world. mofall.com/live clarity. Get you a booking with one of my awesome career breakthrough strategists who's going to help walk you through exactly what's going on. And if we're a fit, we'll talk about that. But that's the only way we can get started working with you is for you to take that first step and claim yourself as a priority. Claim yourself as a priority. You have to be able to take time for you to be a priority in order to do anything different than what you're currently doing. And so many women don't do that. We don't put ourselves first. We don't put ourselves as a priority. And we're so busy taking care of everyone else that we wake up one day in so much stress and anxiety and overwhelm and not sleeping or being irritable to our kids and our spouse that we're like, what happened? Well, what happened is you didn't prioritize yourself. And that might sound selfish to how you were raised, but I'm going to tell you what, it's selfish not to prioritize yourself because you're not giving the best you to anyone in your life if you're not prioritizing you. So if you're ready to prioritize yourself, if you're ready to bring your soul back to life so that you can have the career and the life that you desire, then it's time to book a call at mofall.com/live clarity. It's time to claim your soul's power. Women, let's rally around our souls. Let's rally around the truth of how awesome you are. Come on now. You've got that inside of you. We will help you bring it out in a way that doesn't feel egotistical and bragging and arrogant. Most women are so afraid of their power because they don't want to be seen that way. They don't want to be judged. They don't want to be called a bitch. When you bring your soul to life, all of that goes away because your soul is the essence of who you are. It's the divine within. Bring that back to life, and everything else gets so much easier in life. And it's more enjoyable to live life from that version of yourself. If you don't know my work and you'd like to check out my webinar, please feel free to do so and get yourself a pass there. It's mofall.com/FB live. FB short for Facebook. If you're watching this live, please feel free to comment right now, and I'm happy to answer a question or address your comment. If you're listening to this on my podcast or any other channel, please feel free to comment and let me know how we can help you out and what's going on and what your biggest struggles are. Because you may indeed be ready to get a career coach to help you really execute at the next level that you haven't been able to get to in your own career. That's okay. It's actually awesome to get help, to get the right help, expert help, where it's not just information overload. We're going to help you bring your soul to work. And then we're going to put you on a proven formula to help you land your dream job. You're going to feel awesome first, and then we're going to help you do awesome in the external world. Rock on this week. This is Coach Mo live here for your motivational rock and roll kick in the butt for the week. Keep going awesome. If you need help, again, we're available at mofall.com/live clarity. Book your call now. Book it today. Make yourself a priority, and let's rock and roll where you're going and join the thousands of other women who we have brought their souls back to life and helped them claim what's truly theirs in the career world. Hundreds of thousands of dollars are at stake or at risk for you if you're not living your truth in your career. Let's turn that around and make it to the positive like we have for thousands of other women. It's your turn. mofall.com/live clarity. We'll see you there where we can bring your soul back to life and you can bring it to work and feel awesome. See you next time. This is Coach Mo, mofall.com, and Coach Mo everywhere on social media. Talk to you next time.